Mini camper trailers are light, cleverly designed, and easy to go with just about any car. Plus, they fit into tight spots, which means you can pretty much camp wherever you want, whenever you want. So in this video, we'll be talking about 10 mini camper trailers that are built to go anywhere. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. Alright, the Scamp 13 might look a bit vintage at first glance, and yeah, it's not loaded with modern glam, but that's not really what it's about. This camper's been around for decades and still is popular among people who admire vintage design and practicality. It's lightweight, around 1,500 pounds, and built with a simple fiberglass shell that's tough and easy to maintain. You don't need a big truck to tow it either. Even small SUVs manage fine, and you can sneak them into those stunning campsites that are hard to reach with a bigger trailer. Inside, it's not luxury living, but it's practical. You've got a convertible table bed, a sofa that flips into bunk beds, a 2-burner stove, and even a basic icebox. The insulation's rated R15, so it does better than expected in unpredictable weather. Sure, the design might feel a bit old school and space can get cramped if you're not used to tight quarters, but it holds its own. And the optional add-ons, like AC or solar prep, do help if you want more comfort. So we can say, it's not flashy or high-tech, but the Scamp 13 can be a solid choice who enjoys the retro vibe in their camp setup. Next up, the Escapod Topo 2 Nomad. Well, this looks more like tough outdoor gear built for climbing mountains than a cozy getaway camper. And honestly, that's kind of the point. It's built tough, maybe even a little overbuilt for casual campers. The best thing about this camper is that it's tough and ready for rough roads, but it's not bulky. Now, as it's built for rugged use, it might feel a bit harsh or stiff compared to other softer campers. And it sits higher off the ground to avoid getting stuck on rocks or bumps, which is good, but that can make getting in and out a bit trickier. Now, talking about the frame's design, it can take a beating while keeping the weight low enough to be pulled by a small SUV or crossover, which we really appreciate. Inside, it's not going to feel like a hotel. We can say it's simple but smart. A comfy bed, a functional kitchen with a sink and stove, and smart storage nooks. So, if you're the type who'd rather park next to a cliff edge than a campground bathhouse, the Topo 2 Nomad might be a good pick for that. Moving on to the nuCamp Tab 320. This one looks kind of sleek as it has a retro teardrop shape, but let's be real. It's still a very compact camper, so space is tight. If you're expecting room to stretch out, well, that's probably not going to happen here. It's cozy, but don't count on extra space. We really like how it manages to be both charming and practical at the same time. As we can say, your kids may like its design and shape. You get a full wet bath, which is pretty rare in trailers this size, a small kitchen with a fridge, and solid cabinetry. The layout is curved and cozy. Sure, it might feel snug for more than 2 people, but for couples or solo trips, it's actually quite comfy. What helps even more is that it's lightweight and super easy to tow. You don't need a big truck or heavy-duty gear to take this one out. And while it's not exactly built for rugged trails, it can handle basic off-pavement roads just fine. Let's talk about the Taxa Outdoors TigerMoth next. Now, you might not know this, but Taxa was acquired by Storyteller Overland about a year ago. This has helped the TigerMoth get some nice updates, especially when it comes to ruggedness and tech. It's built to handle rough roads, but still stays light enough so it's not a pain to tow, actually. Basically, it has a body made from aluminum, which keeps it strong but not too heavy. But let us tell you, it's not the roomiest camper out there. Don't expect to spread out like you would in a bigger rig. But we can say it makes smart use of space with a practical layout. And the all-season insulation and solar prep are thoughtful touches. So if you want a camper that can handle backcountry roads without sacrificing too much comfort, the TigerMoth is worth a look. Okay, now the Helio HE3 Evo is kind of a different beast. It's really light, under 1,500 pounds, because it uses fancy materials like carbon fiber and aluminum. Sounds cool, but honestly, it feels a bit too slick and plain inside. If you want a camper that feels cozy or warm, this one might not do it for you. The shape is designed to be smooth and cut through the wind better, which helps save gas when you're towing it. Plus, it's tough enough to handle some rough roads. But inside, it's pretty simple. There's a small kitchen area and a place to sleep, nothing fancy or roomy. It's built with solar power and energy-saving tech in mind, so it's good if you want to camp off the grid for a while. But if you're looking for comfort or a homey feel, the Helio might feel a bit too stripped down and technical. So, if being lightweight and being able to go off-road are your top priorities, it's worth a look. Just don't expect it to feel like a cozy little cabin on wheels. Moving on to the Happier Camper Travelers Summit. This one is all about flexibility. It uses a cool system called the Nomad system, where the inside pieces snap in and out so you can change the layout however you want. Sounds neat, right? But the thing is, it can feel a little complicated, especially if you just want to hit the road without messing around. So, when it comes to how this camper is built, one of the first things you'll notice is that it weighs less than 3,000 pounds. And we can say that's actually kind of light for a camper. And the outside shell is made from fiberglass, which is a smart choice. As far as we know, fiberglass is tough and can handle bumps, scrapes, and rough roads. And inside, you get the basics: a bed, kitchen space, and storage, but nothing too big or fancy. So, we can say the retro-modern look is a nice touch if that's your style. This camper is basically eco-friendly. So, it has energy-saving appliances and comes with solar panels already set up to use sunlight for power. Well, the hiker trailer's mid-range might not look flashy, and honestly, it doesn't try to be. But that's actually the point. This camper is made for people who care more about reaching the backcountry than showing off at a campground. The main draw here is its lightweight build mixed with solid off-road readiness. It's not packed with luxury. It keeps things pretty bare bones. But what you do get is a tough shell, room for two to sleep comfortably, and just enough smart storage to bring your basic gear. It's built on a lightweight aluminum frame, so at least it won't be a burden on your vehicle. And yeah, it's pretty compact, which does help it squeeze through rough terrain without too much drama. Now, don't expect any high-tech gadgets or plush interiors because there aren't any. But honestly, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Less tech means fewer chances of things going haywire when you're off-grid. It might feel a bit bare bones at first, but that simplicity actually works in its favor out in the wild. It's also got a simple little kitchen setup tucked in the rear. So, if you're someone who just wants to get out, stay dry, and not deal with a bunch of extras, the Hiker Mid-Range delivers that. Now, the Intech Flyer Pursue is kind of the opposite of basic, but before we hype it up too much, here's the deal. It's heavier than most in this class, so you'll need a mid-size SUV or something a bit stronger to tow it. But in return, you get way more comfort. Its real standout is the premium build quality. Those composite sidewalls, clean finishes, and an insulated interior make it feel like a small home instead of a weekend escape pod. You've got a big sleeping area. Yes, it fits a king-size bed, plenty of storage, and a real-deal kitchen setup, not just a fold-out counter. It even includes a wet bath, which is rare for something this size. What makes it even better for off-grid adventures is the solid insulation and optional upgrades for solar and climate control. So yeah, it's more of a comfort-first camper than a rugged trail tank. But for people who don't want to rough it, the Pursue finds a pretty solid middle ground. So, just be ready to pay a little more and pull a little harder. The Helio HE3 Series is one of those trailers that flies under the radar until you see how well it handles off-road mess. Let's be real, it's not big and it's not cushy. But what it does offer is serious toughness in a package that barely adds weight to your vehicle. We're talking an all-aluminum shell that's crazy light, around 400 pounds. Yeah, ultra-light weight, actually, but still strong enough to take on rough terrain without falling apart. Its soft shell upper section is a bit unconventional, but it adds a surprising layer of flexibility and durability that helps it survive cold, wet, and uneven conditions. Inside, you won't find luxury. You'll get a compact bed setup, a basic kitchen module, and decent storage. But that's it. Still, it's solar-ready and winter-insulated, which makes it a great pick for solo explorers or couples who value lightweight simplicity over glamping features. If you just want to hit the back roads without dealing with a huge trailer, the HE3 might be a good choice. Wrapping up with the Taxa Outdoors Cricket, and let's be honest, it's a bit of an oddball, but in a good way. Built more like a spacecraft than a traditional camper, the Cricket focuses heavily on compact design and modular function. But it's not the roomiest or the most plush inside, so if you're expecting RV-style space, this might feel a little tight. Still, for people who want a nimble rig with a clever layout, it delivers. It's built with a lightweight frame and aerodynamic shell, which helps with towing and fuel efficiency. The inside includes a bed that folds out, a small kitchen, and storage spots tucked into every corner. Where it shines is in versatility. You can use it in different setups, and it adapts well whether you're on paved highways or light off-road tracks. Since Storyteller Overland took over, the off-grid capabilities have improved, like better insulation, solar support, and stronger climate control. But again, this is not a luxury trailer. It's functional, smart, and mobile. So that was our video on the 10 mini camper trailers you can go anywhere with. Let us know your favorite pick in the comments section, as we'd love to hear from you. And as for everything else, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.